off at the bottom of the screen. So let's now trace our P lines, and I will focus on the solid lines. P line, click, 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 and we move through each P line slowly. And if you don't recall, or if you haven't realized it, when drawing a P line, if you click a bad point, simply type the U button to undo, and it will undo the last selected element. What I just did is I turned off dynamic tracking as well as object snaps because they were causing the object to do some things I didn't like. Also, there was too much information on the screen in my view. And as you can see, I'm simply tracing these items with an approximate detail in order to generate my terrain. Now, notice I'm going all the way to the edge, and the reason for this is I need to make sure I have enough information so when I have to trim or extend, it will be less work when I draw my box to define my cut. Now, those are my P lines that I'm going to use to create the terrain. I'm now going to create a box around the object. Now, we can type rectangle if we want, or you can create lines. So I'm going to type rectangle. I'm R-E-C-T-A-N-G. I'm going to approximate a corner from here to here. And as you can see, I need to extend some of my lines. Extend to that object, that object, that object, and so forth. I also need to trim. Type trim. I want to trim this object by that object and trim off all these little extensions. Now, some of you may be saying, well, I can't see. I need to know what I'm doing. Well, let's go ahead and freeze the image layer. I'm sorry, not there. Freeze. And it goes away. I missed one. So I'm going to trim this guy. Now we're ready to scale. Very important to note that we have not elevated our lines. If you want to keep the image for reference, I would suggest you turn it on. So I'm going to scale all objects, 6 objects found. So all these objects are now selected. Enter, specify base point. Base point is not as relevant. It can be an arbitrary selection, or you can simply choose the corner of the object. The scale factor is not our method. We will do reference, which is R. Type in R, specify reference length. I'm going to use my dynamic pan. If I have a roll bar, I'm going to simply select 2 points from the intersection of 1. Notice the snaps took effect. So I'm going to do scale again. Turn off my snaps because I'm simply going to click in the screen. So scale, all, objects, 6 found, specify base point. I'll just arbitrarily choose that point. Now let's tell it reference R, and we click from 1. Turn on my ortho to 2. We are now going to tell the computer that that length that we are referencing should be 100 feet. Where did the object go? It's there. We have to zoom, extents, and there it is. Now let's check this scale. Distance from this point to this point, 100 feet 2 3/16. Because it's approximated on the screen, this will be good enough for the sake of argument. Okay. Now we are ready to turn off our model layer. Turn off the image layer, or freeze it, and we're going to start elevating the lines. Now, I don't have a printout, so I'll keep my images showing so I can see the contours. In my exercise, I will exaggerate the contour lines by a factor of 20 feet. For instance, 102 will be 122. Okay? Or each line will be increased. So I'm going to start with the lowest.